The Canadians sure are hoping a change of scenery will do the trick. They're kicking off their annual California trip this afternoon, bringing a pesky 4-game losing skid to Anaheim. It's a new month for the Habs, their first game of February, as they look to make up some ground in that crowded wild card race in the East. The road has been a kind place to the Canadians as of late. They have an impressive 7-2 record away from home since Christmas. So maybe this is the perfect scenario for the team to get back on track. But scoring goals has become a major issue for Cole Caulfield, and Montreal once again put up only 6 during this 4-game losing skid. While the Ducks may sit near the bottom of the NHL standings, Mason McTavish and company, though, are in the midst of a good stretch, having won 3 of their last 4 games, including 2 in a row on their home ice. And with that, we welcome you to this Sunday afternoon edition of Molson Canadiens Hockey. I'm your host, Laura Dyke, and he is our analyst, Carlo Koliakovo. 5 games for the Habs. That's it until the NHL takes its break for the Four Nations face-off. Montreal about to get very, very busy because those 5 games come in an 8-day span. Yes, 2 back-to-backs on the schedule this week. So lots going on. As we know, they're kicking off their 3-game road trip here today, and Montreal needing to pick up some wins because entering today, 5 points back of Tampa Bay for that final wild card spot in the East. So time to get you set for this one. So let's head to the West Coast where we find Brian Mudryk and Craig Button.
Laura, the Montreal Canadiens just 2 goals in their last 2 games, and offensively, Anaheim's really struggled. They're dead last in the National Hockey League, Craig, in goals per game. But the last sequences of games for Montreal, Craig, they have not helped themselves out at all defensively.
No, in fact, to say they haven't helped themselves out, there's no way you can play defense like the Montreal Canadiens have the past 4 games and expect to win games. There's simply no way. I mean, when we start to talk about where they're at with respect to critical areas of defending, they're terrible. And the numbers that you look at for their overall leading into this game are better than where they've been the last 4 or 5 games, and that's not going to get it done. When we heard Marty St. Louis, in December talk about how they have to get better defensively, a lot of concerns about their defensive play, well, that has reared its ugly head and not the time you want to see it. Good news, the Anaheim Ducks are not a good offensive team. A good time to get back to your defensive structure.
This is a critical 3-game road trip. Montreal begins the afternoon 5 points back of that second wild card. And Craig, you want to be in the conversation when all the teams break for the Four Nations face-off. Laura.
And yeah, when it comes to the lines, no Raphael Harvey-Pinard, who was sent back down to Laval after Thursday's loss to the Wild. They did call up both Owen Beck and Logan Mailloux, but neither cracking the lineup for this one here today. But Michael Pezzetta does draw back in, forming that 4th line with Armia and Evans, and a happy birthday going out to Christian Dvorak. Nice. 29th today.
Big money on the board.
We were saying there's been a lot of Montreal birthdays over the last couple of weeks. So yeah, maybe some birthday luck will be on
strategic management, maybe?
Put some money on it, right? Well, we know that this Habs depth has definitely been tested, both with the forwards, with Heineman on the shelf, as well now with the defense, with no Caden Gooley, but a big stretch of games now coming up.
Yeah, Laura, we did the game earlier in the week when we saw him leave the game with that injury, and we found out the next day the severity of the injury, and our hearts go out to Caden Gooley. He's been such an important piece to the Montreal Canadiens, their success this year. He's a guy that brings 21 minutes to the game every single night, so it's going to be a tough void to fill for the Montreal Canadiens. And you saw it the other night, losing 4-0 to the Minnesota Wild. It's going to take, a little bit of an effort from everybody to help fill those minutes. And now you got Jaden Struble coming back in the lineup. Mailloux's going to get in on this road trip. There's a reason why they brought him up. But you just feel for Gooley, a guy that's been, hindered by injury his whole career so far. And now, the laceration to the quad, that's one that's probably going to take a really, really long time. So I just hope he can find a way to get back 100% healthy.
What's the biggest difference, you think, with this team that we're watching now as opposed to the one we saw a couple weeks ago?
Well, a couple weeks ago, we were talking about this team at a point in the season that nobody expected them to be at, fighting for a playoff spot, only 1 point out. But it's amazing how much a slump can change where you're at. Montreal at home loses 3 games in a 3-game losing streak right now, and sort of everything looks bad for this Montreal Canadiens team now. And you talked about it coming into the show, their record on the road since Christmas, 7-2. a place very familiar for them, having success, and maybe that's what's going to take to find their mojo again with 5 games here left in the break. Look, they got a pretty favorable matchup tonight against Anaheim. They've got to find a way to stop the bleeding. As bad as everything has looked so far, focus on the one game, get back to the things you've been doing well, find your strengths, and come out with a positive effort, maybe a positive result tonight.
Martin St. Louis saying after the loss to the Wild that this team's lost its swagger a little bit, but doesn't have any doubt that they will get it back. We'll see if they can start on that road tonight.
In Montreal, when you're losing like that, you start to feel the pressure.
Yeah, the microscope.
So maybe getting out of the market, you alleviate some of that pressure.
Well, Montreal Canadiens fans are always faithful, always represent on the road, and Anaheim today, no exception. The Canadiens will officially kick off this 3-game California road trip right after this. First meeting of the season between these two teams, a game Montreal won in the shootout back on December the 9th. Sam Montembeault made 27 saves in that one. He's looking for his first win since January 21st. He's lost his last 2 starts while Lucas Dostal replies for Anaheim. He's won his last 2 starts for the Ducks. We saw Montembeault, Carlo, kind of get a little bit of a boost when he was named to that 4 Nations face-off roster for Canada. Maybe now as we're getting closer and closer to that tournament starting, he can get another boost again here.
Yeah, he should. I mean, look, the break is coming, very close, but I think if you look at the standings too, that should motivate the players enough knowing that they've worked so hard to get to this point. You don't want to let it go. You're in a little bit of a slump. Find a way to get out of it and keep yourself involved in the race.
All right, almost time for puck drop, so let's turn it over again to Brian Mudryk and Craig Button.
Laura, just after 1 p.m. local time, welcome to Orange County inside Honda Center. Montreal Canadiens, it's a very important stretch of hockey right now as the Habs kick off this California chip. Craig, we talked about it, 5 points back of a wild card. In moments like this, you have to rely on your veterans, and that includes Mike Matheson.
Well, not only do you have to rely on Michael Matheson to show the way, 24-plus minutes of hard hockey. In the absence of Caden Gooley, Michael Matheson's going to even have a greater challenges. And I would say for Michael, who always wants to be a difference maker, less is more. You don't have to do everything all the time. Just settle in, understand you're going to be playing those big minutes, and we know how critically important he is to the Canadiens.
Greg Cronin trying to get his young group playing some good hockey. They're coming off a loss at Calgary, back home now for a road trip. These key parts of the game are presented by Napa Auto Parts.
And for the Montreal Canadiens, it's real simple. This is no day at the beach. You better start right out. This isn't about, hey, listen, let's just relax and get into the game. You got to be ready to go. And for the Ducks, they're the worst team in the NHL offensively with respect to goals for a game. Try to take advantage of the defensive woes we've seen from the Canadiens the last stretch.
And to your point, Craig, Montreal a -15 goal differential in first periods, but the Ducks themselves 4-17-2 when they don't score first. So a good chance for Montreal to get a great start here on the road. Puck in the corner. Anderson dug it free. Arbor Jacki couldn't hold it into the line. He'll go back into his own zone. And a big loss for the Ducks. Troy Terry not in the lineup. He's got 6 goals in 9 career games versus the Habs, but Terry can't go this afternoon. There's Radko Gudas, the captain, in game 800 for him this afternoon in his NHL career. He's got family and friends in the house watching him during the warm-up, so a special afternoon for him. The Habs trying to spoil that. Body check, Lacombe plays the body on the captain, Nick Suzuki. Jackson Lacombe starts it up that left side. Little burst from Isaac Lundestrom. Mike Matheson takes a look, collects the puck, and the Habs started up ice. They'll pocket pick. Lundestrom right in front, looking for Robbie Fabry, and it's deflected out of play.
It's an outstanding play by Mike Matheson. He sizes up what the situation is, and he makes a beautiful outlet pass. But then you're not clean coming out of your zone, and now it's a scoring chance. This is what I mean. It's no day at the beach. You got to be ready. You got to be hard on that puck, and they aren't, and it gets deflected out of harm's way. But that is not the way you have to play good, solid with the puck, especially in your defensive zone.
Evans, McTavish line up. Evans wins it. Montreal flips to center. Puck behind Pezzetta. He didn't see it. Worked up the right side. Here's Killorn with Carlson. Leo Carlson. Checked by Lane Hudson as the two rookies collide below the goal line. And here is Pezzetta. A little burst up the right side. Michael Pezzetta. No points yet this season for 55. Matheson towards the net. And missing Gostal. Hudson in the corner, avoids the check, works the puck for Evans. He'll go up top, wrist shot, and into the glove. Armia let it go and stopped by Lucas Gostal, who has had great numbers. The Ducks we talked about, they can't score this season, Craig, but the underlying goaltending numbers have actually been really good.
Yes, the team save percentage over 900, which is above league average. So, you know, that area of the game, you know, they got some offensive players. Some of their players are a little bit younger. Offense, you can't win in this league unless you have offense, but getting the defensive part of the game in order. Greg Cronin really been talking about how the players are learning that you just can't you can't emphasize enough how important playing without the puck is in the National Hockey League.
Cutter Gauthier steps in to take the draw. Lines up with Kirby Dach, and now Dach is out, and in comes Newhook. Ducks are 8-1-1 in the last 10 meetings at Honda Center versus Montreal. So a tough building for Montreal the last couple of seasons. Ducks fired in. David Savard there. Puck in the corner. Ross Johnston lost a quick drive, and that just missed the mark on Montembeault. Another follow-up. Has Trouba right on. Jacob Trouba the shot, and Ross Johnston, who's back in the lineup for the Ducks. A goal, 4 points on the season, trying to create some havoc in front of Sam Montembeault.
When you're not scoring, trying to create some secondary, even third opportunities becomes really important. And getting the puck to the net and then following it to the net becomes really essential. They're not going to score a lot of goals off their natural ability, especially the fourth line. So how are you going to find ways to try to generate those chances? Good example right there by Anaheim.
Laine got clipped there. You see him sort of shaking it off there on the bench as Jansen Harkins a pretty good opportunity in tight.
Yeah, follow through on the stick. So
still hurts.
Oh no, it does.
Still hurts.
No penalty, and there shouldn't be a penalty.
Zegras Dvorak digging in. Dvorak won it into the corner. Brandon Gallagher after the puck, trying to clear. Savard's got it, and he'll work it back to Struble. Trouba right through his skates as Trouba came over in that big trade. Now a member of the Ducks, former captain of the New York Rangers. And you keep your head up with Trouba and Gudas out there together. Look out, veteran, rookie, doesn't matter. They will hit you and hit you hard if they have that chance. Josh Anderson for Dvorak. Dvorak floats it right in front of Gallagher cutting in, and he couldn't get it on net. Gallagher. Vetrano in the corner trying to take it away. Gallagher pops it behind the net. Gallagher 12 points in 14 career games versus the Ducks. Gallagher at the goal line. Lost it in his skates and picked up by Vetrano for Ryan Strome, and Strome will dump it in. Full change for the Ducks. Montembeault will leave it behind the net. As Montembeault his last win January 21st versus Tampa. The Habs losing the last 4, trying to get back on the right track here in California. Cole Caulfield trying to poke it out of the zone. Gudas kept it alive. Leeson hit hard by Arbor Jacki, who leads the team in hits this year in Montreal. Suzuki lost it off his stick, a weak backhand, and that missed the mark as Robbie Fabry going to work. Puck bouncing near point, and Gudas falls, trying to keep it on side. Now the puck's at center. Arbor Jacki's got to track back. Fabry on the forecheck. Little pop pass and a nice move. Slafkovsky cutting in. Slafkovsky, Caulfield, one-timer. Oh, the shot they wanted. And Dostal pushed across and stopped Cole Caulfield.
Great goaltending by Dostal, but once he sees Slafkovsky on his backhand, he can move right over there. We're going to see that replay in a second here. And Caulfield gets it off his stick quick, but a real good chance here. Nice play by Dvorak, feeding it right through and just over the stick of Gallagher. But this is Slafkovsky. So once he goes on his backhand, Dostal goes, well, I don't have to worry about him shooting it, and he gets right over there in perfect position. Good scoring chance, excellent goaltending by Dostal.
Brian Dumoulin round the boards. McTavish pokes it up ahead. Trying to get there was Alex Killorn first, who grew up just outside of Montreal, and great success with Tampa Bay. A couple of cups, and now trying to be a veteran guy here and teaching these young Duck players what it takes to win.
A former Lac St. Louis Lion. His manager's a former Lac St. Louis Lion also, Michael Matheson. Very storied program, under 16 hockey across the country.
McTavish trying to keep the play alive. Montreal turning back is Matheson. He'll set up behind his goalie and use his speed from his own zone for Hudson. Lane Hudson, long shot. Dostal will poke at it. Puck in the corner. And a little steal. Good work there by Evans, trying to get it in deep. It comes to center, and David Savard will hammer it right back in. Dostal tried to knock it down. Puck now in the corner. Freed up for Struble. Across Savard. Savard, reshot. One of the tip. He got it just wide. Puck loose, and Trouba able to clear that away. Johnston. He'll shoot it in. Cutter Gauthier into the mix, trying to take it away from Struble. Big body check in that far corner, but it's Michael Pezzetta with the puck. Pezzetta at center. Pass off his skate. He'll backhand it in, and he'll start a change. Jackson Lacombe will pick it up. 9 goals this season for Lacombe. Already tied a career high in that department. Good offensive weapon from the back end for the Ducks. Guerrier able to play that away from the action. Moved up ice. Passing the skates of Josh Anderson, but he finds it, flips it in. Here comes Dvorak. In on Lacombe. Trevor Zegras there. Nice little pass, and maybe a 2-on-1 the other way. Led by Strome as Anderson got back and poked it away from Ryan Strome. Gallagher up the right wing, and Gudas is back. Lacombe for Vetrano. Zegras at the blue line to Strome. Trying to get it back to Vetrano, and Alex Carrier back. He'll slam it off the wall, and it does come to center. Drew Helleson has it. First time playing the Montreal Canadiens here for Helleson. 2 goals, 7 points for the young rookie blue liner. Montreal controls over the line. Pass across. Suzuki catches, shoots, and he missed glove side. Hudson has the puck again for Matheson. Matheson delivers. That's off the stick of Fabry. High, but it stayed in play. And as Robbie Fabry got a stick on it. Back up to the line. Hudson, wrist shot, and deflected. It was Caulfield in front. Good screen on Dostal. Hudson again. Leads all rookies in points. Caulfield takes it, shoots it right on. Follow-up Suzuki, side of the net, and he couldn't jam it home. Great chance for Nick Suzuki. All created from Hudson, and then Caulfield. Pass across, wrist shot. Montembeault, big stop on Fabry the other way. As Fabry, what a look up that left side. Was traded from the Wings to the Ducks in July of 2024. I want to talk about battling back. Fabry, 3 serious knee injuries, and has battled back to continue playing in the NHL. Talk about perseverance when it comes to injuries.
First-round draft pick for the St. Louis Blues.
Puck battle, turnover, and it was Carlson for McTavish. Just missed him. Good steal by Leo Carlson. Here's McTavish. Carlson. Drop pass. And that's shot in by Trouba. Racing after it is Killorn. Killorn keeps it alive. Carlson lets it go to McTavish. McTavish. Carlson. Here's a turnover and some speed. Newhook leads the rush. Newhook waits, shoots. Big stop. Dostal again. He had Laine with him, and Newhook shut down. Good example of Newhook using his speed there.
Textbook goaltending by Lukas Dostal.
Turnover inside, wrist shot, and Doc, it was stripped just in time by Gudas. Leo Carlson out of his own zone. Johnston played it up the right side. It was intercepted, and Struble back to work. Johnston again at the line, and he got knocked over. Armia, he'll chip and chase after the puck. Get on Lacombe. Yoel Armia can't dig it free. Harkins plays it to center ice. Chipped in. Johnston, glove to his stick. Johnston takes it around the net. Off the boards. Up top, worked across one time. Drive knocked down in front, and there's Struble. He'll backhand that to center. Hugh Hellison, a good look from that far point. Tried to get that shot through. Puck at center, shot in by Pezzetta. Dostal plays it around the boards, wanted Zegras. Pezzetta hits him. Pezzetta continues to work. Hellison able to clean it up out of the corner. Ryan Dumoulin to the left side, and it's fired in by Strome. Matheson there. Matheson again lost it. Evans can't help him. Zegras pumps it across, but it's off the board. Strome the backhand Vetrano. Zegras in the corner. Trevor Zegras up top. Trouba's shot missed everything. Gallagher takes down his man as Owen Zellweger taken down. Zellweger back in the lineup as he's got 4 goals, 12 points on the season. Penalty coming up. Gallagher will go to the box. Great chance though earlier for Montreal. Suzuki could not jam it in.
Anaheim's going on the power play by Brendan Gallagher. He's shaking his head, but guess what? I'm shaking my head as well up here. Zellweger's already losing his footing here as he's going down the boards, and he's down. There's no cross-check there. And now that's the penalty of the thing. This was the earlier chance here by Caulfield, just kind of feathering it into the crease area, and Suzuki has a great chance off the side of the net. This is another great opportunity, but Dostal realizes that all he has to do is just post up for the shot because Newhook's not going to make a pass. We saw it earlier where he could play the pass with Slavkovsky. The ability to read the play like Dostal did, key to top-notch goaltending.
And scoring goals, the problem for Anaheim. Their power play is 31st in the NHL. Montreal's penalty kill has been really strong, 8th in the National Hockey League, and they're missing Troy Terry. He's their leading scorer. He leads the team with 4 power play goals, which just tells you, I mean, their top scorer overall, 39 points. So they soldier on without Troy Terry in the lineup. Montreal wins the draw. Yoel Armia trying to clear around Vetrano. He got tripped up. Vetrano up top. Zegras shoots. Slap pass in front. I think Zegras maybe changed his mind mid-flight of that shot, what he wanted to do. And the Habs clear.
I've watched Trevor Zegras for a long, long time. And I know that they're happy with the way he's trying to round out his game and everything. But part of that is also, to your point, the instincts. You got to let him have these great offensive instincts, which he's always had.
And that's what makes him, Craig, a great player. Puck at the line, maybe a shorthanded chance for Montreal. Evans waits, Armia, in alone, Armia, score! Yoel Armia, shorthanded goal, 1-0 Montreal. Second shorthanded goal this season for Armia, and the team has 6 this season. They burn the Ducks.
Well, Anaheim cannot make a clean entry into the zone, and Montreal's right there to put pressure on. We talked about Zegras, you know, that's the play he tries to make here, but they cannot really get control of the play inside the zone. And then Jake Evans makes a beautiful play here into space with the puck, which gives Armia an opportunity to make a move and have net to work with. You don't get in too tight, he's able to get the puck up and over the glove of Josh Stahl. 1-0 Montreal.
Montreal, top 10 in shorthanded goals this season, and those two have been great, Armia and Evans, and they come again, led by Anderson. Josh Anderson in the corner. Checked by Cutter Gauthier. Anderson killing off some more time, and then eventually Zellweger pokes it off his stick. Leo Carlson over the blue line. He'll lead for Killorn. Carlson. And you're seeing some signs of why this power play has struggled this season.
Entries, it's such a key to get, you know, the offensive zone.
Armia, another steal. And he'll alertly go back to center, kill off some more time. It's one thing to struggle on the power play, it's another thing to let it hurt you the other way.
Well, to your point earlier, like, you know, we talked about entries, trying to get the puck established in the offensive zone. If you can't do that, you're in trouble no matter how much skill you have. Now you're struggling scoring, and you can't get any opportunity to get a feel with the puck.
Armia, another wrist drop, trying to go back-to-back here with shorthanded goals in the same penalty kill. And nothing going on for Anaheim. Gallagher's on his skates, ready to come out, and an early great kill. And the fans at the Honda Center letting their team have it.
Well, the other half are clapping because they're Canadiens fans.
Slafkovsky at center. Juraj Slafkovsky. He'll chip it for Suzuki. Nick Suzuki to Caulfield. Caulfield towards the net. That hit the skate of Brian Dumoulin. Jansen Harkins, the former Jet, up the right side. There's Lundestrom. Back to Dumoulin. Cup winner with the Penguins. He'll fire it in and start a change. Slafkovsky, look out, gave it away. Right to Strome. Ryan Strome in, shoots, and Montembeault calmly steers that into the corner. Suzuki took it away from Vetrano. Juraj Slafkovsky at center. Slafkovsky. Caulfield takes the pass for Struble. Lane Hudson delivers. Slafkovsky has it. Cutting into the net, little poke. And that was stopped as there's a good chance penalty coming up. Kirby Dach in front. Extra attacker out. As that goes into the glove of Dostal. And now Montreal a chance with a man advantage here in the first. Hooking the call. As Lane Hudson, some love from Arbor Jacki. Habs on the power play when we come back to Anaheim. Welcome back to Honda Center on this Sunday afternoon. Montreal Canadiens a chance on the power play. Opportunity to go up 2-0 in Worth. Bringing up that stat one more time. The Ducks are 4-17-2 this season when they don't score first, so good on Montreal. And now a chance. Vatrano's in the box for the hook.
See Vatrano with the stick right in on the midsection of Dach. That's where the penalty occurred. This is the great play coming out of the zone that led to the shorthanded goal by Armia. Just fantastic work all the way through.
Armia 2 on the season. Jake Evans has 3. Josh Anderson has a shorthanded goal, and now Montreal gets to work on the power play. They were 0 for 1 in the last game against the Wild. Played at the right side, and Hudson is first man in. Good hustle. No icing. Hudson brings it in. Lane Hudson thought about the shot, and he'll skate it and then stop. Low to high, and then Laine. Back to Hudson. Lane Hudson. Laine. One-timer up high. Rebound. Slafkovsky in front, and Trouba swats it away as Patrick Laine, the sharpshooter, near circle.
That shot is live, and not only is it heavy and accurate, but tough for a goaltender to get a beat on it. So Laine's lined up there to shoot it. Got to be ready to look for a rebound.
You know the story with him. 10 power play goals on the season. 2 goals in 2 games career versus Dostal, but a turnover there, and Harkins takes his time over the line, drops it off, quick shot, and Montembeault elects to play it as Leeson got that right on. Hudson, he'll lay it back for Newhook. Alex Newhook, good speed over the line, controls the puck, around the boards Gallagher, and Gallagher back pass, look out, he gave it away as Fabry picked his pocket, shoots it in. Isaac Lundestrom killing off some more time as Kirby Dach pins him literally to the boards. 5:30 to go, first period. Yoel Armia has a shorthanded goal for Montreal. Mike Matheson through center, little flip to Newhook. Newhook stops, dishes at the line. Dach nearly lost an edge. He recovers. Kirby Dach near a circle. Gallagher. Dvorak's in front. Dach accepts the pass. Dach, little flip, some sauce for Newhook. Across, one-time drive, loose in front, score! Christian Dvorak buries it with 1 second left on the power play. It's a power play goal, and Montreal's got a 2-0 lead on the road.
Special teams aren't bad so far today. A shorthanded goal, and now we get a power play chance. And Christian Dvorak, we saw him make a beautiful play to Gallagher that just skipped over his stick. But again, shoot the puck and be ready for a rebound. You can see where Brendan Gallagher is in his usual spot, being a menace, and the puck kicks right to Christian Dvorak. And moving into that area, you get to take advantage. It's served up beautifully on the rebound, and Dvorak delivers the goal. Nicely done. And it's a good shot by Newhook. Get it on the net, make the goaltender have to handle it, not kick out a rebound. Dostal wasn't able to do that. Dvorak takes full advantage.
Dvorak also on the road this year, Craig. He's 5th in the NHL in face-off percentage, nearly 60%. So away from the Bell Center, he's been a reliable guy for Marty St. Louis in the face-off dot. Look out. Gloves are off. Johnston, Xhekaj, my goodness. Johnston and Xhekaj right at the blue line, tangled up for now. Johnston trying to get the right free. Xhekaj's got a couple lefts going. Helmet off for Xhekaj. Nearly took him down. Xhekaj powers back up, but it's Johnston. And then Xhekaj tries to wrangle him to the ice, but Johnston, full credit there, man. He was strong in that fight.
I wouldn't have taken that fight if I was Arber Xhekaj. You're up 2-0. Anaheim has nothing. There's no air in the building. There's nothing. All Johnston's coming out there to do is to try to give his team a lift. Don't provide it for him. And there's no question how tough and the Arber Xhekaj is. But that's not the time to me to do that.
Dvorak, power play goal. It's 2-0 Montreal.
Well, Montreal with a 2-0 lead. Really, really good, strong play. They haven't given up very much at all. Obviously, the shorthanded goal, the power play goal, it's got them the 2-0 lead, and just a really good, effective game, and something they needed after the last 4 games. It just, you know, the first 15 minutes against Winnipeg, I thought they played really well. Then they got pushed out of the game for the next 45 minutes. But this is a real good, strong start for the Montreal Canadiens.
Anderson got clipped by Zegras right off the draw. And Zegras is going to the box. For how long? 2 or 4?
Josh Anderson biting hard on the tongue, trying to draw some blood. Got to sharpen the teeth, Josh, to get that blood coming out of there.
Zegras pleading his case.
It's an error in high stick, but it's a high stick nonetheless.
Have to be responsible for the twig. And he'll go to the box.
That's a 2-minute minor penalty for high sticking.
Literally right off the draw as Chris Schlenker makes the call. Him and Trevor Hansen, your referees for today's game.
Yeah, you're just trying to fight for position. The puck's kind of in there. You can just see where Trevor Zegras with the errant high stick. Maybe it wasn't. Looked like he was trying to lift up under his stick. He's not trying to get him with the stick, but Josh is making sure all the teeth are intact. You don't want those pearly whites and that beautiful smile not to be taken advantage of.
Well, we talked about it off the top, Craig. Montreal just 1 goal in their last 2 games. They've come alive with special teams here. And much needed for a team that only averages, 2.5 goals per game. This is a dream start for Marty St. Louis, and now a power play.
A chance to put the Anaheim Ducks into a big hole.
Off the draw, brought to center by Alex Killorn. And here's Hudson. 39 points on the season, leads his university teammate at Boston University by 2 points, Macklin Celebrini, and they're going to go head-to-head on this California trip. Looking forward to that matchup. Trouba steals at his own line, and he'll flip that down the ice. Ducks penalty kill ranked 27th in the NHL. Hudson, some speed through center. Stripped of the puck. Good job by Leeson, who took it away. Harkins, he'll delay, walks it in, tried the shot, and it's Caulfield getting back. For Slafkovsky, under 4 minutes to go here in Orange County. Not to rub it in back home, but a very pleasant 17 degrees Celsius today. Hudson, through center. He'll hand it off for Laine. Patrick Laine. Around Leeson, Slafkovsky throws it cross ice, but a bad bounce. Right to Jackson Lacombe. Lacombe. Cutting in, backhand try. Jackson Lacombe got a good look on Montembeault. Sharp save there. Already have a shorthanded goal in this game for Montreal, and that was a good look by the young blue liner. Shots 10-5 now in favor of the Habs. 30 seconds left in the minor penalty to Zegras. Montreal trying to get connected now on this power play. Newhook. Over the line, nice maneuver in. Newhook coast to coast, put it across, and Doc was tied up.
Brian Dumoulin with an outstanding defensive play on Doc. He just kept his positioning, and Doc couldn't get to where the puck was going.
Habs try again, led by Newhook with Dvorak. Dvorak, Gallagher. Stripped of the puck, and look out, Zegras. Oh man, hit him in the back of the skate, or he had some daylight up that right side. So the Ducks kill it off. Matheson behind Montembeault, 2:30 to go. Molson Canadian Hockey intermission coming up next. A special visit from Marc Denis of RDS. He'll join us to talk about Montreal, this first period and more. Look forward to that. Pezzetta in, pass across, and the feed for Evans, it was just behind him. Couldn't get his stick on the puck. Pezzetta back on the forecheck here for Montreal, taking the advantage of the minutes he's getting. Gudas back for Lacombe. Lacombe weaving in, nice move. He'll bring it in, drops it off. Strome wrist shot. And some video evidence there at home of why Lacombe is so crafty as a young blue liner for the Ducks. Strome will hand it off. Here's Gudas. The 6th captain in the National Hockey League from Czechia. He nearly gave it away to Armia, and Lacombe backed him up. Here's Leo Carlson. Good speed. Walks it in. Drops it off. Zegras. Trevor Zegras up top. Drew Hellison. Floats one in. That hit a leg. Puck loose out of the net. Montembeault. That left pad kept it out in that shot. As Mason McTavish off a stick and out of play. McTavish 9 points in his last 9 games overall.
Yeah, for the Anaheim Ducks, when you think about, the lack of offense, and, it feels like players have gone through long stretches without being, Cutter Gauthier is on the 4th line here. You got Leo Carlson, who just really hasn't been able to find any footing offensively. McTavish had his struggles for a stretch of time. There's just too many players that are offensive players that are going to be counted on for offense that have just gone through these long stretches of.
Back up top, and Dumoulin's drive blocked. Hellison plays it down low. McTavish up top, the shot missed the mark. Final minute, Honda Center. Great start for Montreal, up 2-0 on a shorthanded goal. Armia, and then a power play goal to Dvorak. Killorn over the line, and he lost the puck. Good job by Matheson. Alex Killorn shoots it in. Savard back. Savard in the corner for Matheson. Habs want a clean period here. That shot Trouba right on. And deflected by Montembeault. Stays in play, bouncing at center. McTavish sweeps at it, and he'll head off for a change.
Now, I love Arber Xhekaj. I loved him since he was playing with Hamilton, and love everything about him and his spirit and everything. But not only the fight where Anaheim has nothing going and just turn it down, tell him to go back to his coach and say, nice try, get your team going in another way. But it also puts more pressure on your defenders now to have to play more minutes with his absence. So, thinking about that, the gamesmanship within the game.
Good start, though. 10 shots for Montreal. They get 2 by Lukasz Dostal. The captain, Nick Suzuki, again, a point-to-game player this year. You can always rely on 14 in these games. And one last look here. It's him blocking that shot big time, Nick Suzuki.
He's just dialed into every single situation in the game, and he treats them all as critically important. That's what a leader does.
Making David Savard proud, seeing that shot blocked from the captain. It's game 1 of 3 on this California road trip. And a nice start, Yoel Armia, the shorthanded goal, Dvorak, a power play goal. Intermission is next with Laura and Carlo. Start.
Next up on this California road trip for the Canadians is San Jose to take on the Sharks. We've got that for you Tuesday night. Note the start time. It is a late one, 10:30 Eastern, 11:30 Atlantic here in the Habs region. And you are back inside the TSN studio with Carlo and Laura and special teams. The difference so far for the Montreal Canadiens, a great start. We were saying the road has been very kind to the Canadiens as of late, and they were looking very comfortable out there in Anaheim in that first period. The penalty kill has been a strong point for Montreal all season long, ranked 8th coming into this one. Clip of just over 82% that they've been able to kill off the penalties. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything more from your penalty killers than getting a shorthanded goal.
Well, not just your penalty killers, from an unlikely source, right? I mean, a lot of Montreal's success this year is because they've been getting contributions from their top players, and it's the contributions they're getting from the bottom players, and including especially guys like Joel Armia and Jake Evans, who are having great years, and they've become the dynamic duo for this Montreal Canadiens. And they connect big here on the penalty kill, and it's a much-needed goal. Montreal struggled to score the last 2 games, only getting one of them. And in a game like this, where Montreal had such a great start, it's so important that their penalty kill was a difference in this period so far. And that's a massive goal by Armia. He showed his nice, quick hands in front of the net.
So we got the PK and we've got the power play as well. We were mentioning all of these birthdays for Montreal Canadiens. We said put some money on Christian Dvorak, and he came through. For those of you who did, we didn't, but hopefully you did.
It would have been a nice birthday gift, right? I mean, for everybody involved. But, you know, mostly when you look at the power play, you expect the big guys to get going. But this is the second power play unit. And what I love about this power play unit is not trying to do anything difficult, just simple. It's precise passing, it's tape to tape, and it's a quick shot on net that generates a rebound. Sometimes as a coach, those are the goals that you want to see the power play get because it's so efficient, so effective, especially if you execute it right. Perfect execution here by the second unit of the Montreal Canadiens, and a big goal for the Montreal Canadiens, who dominated most of that period. Probably should have a bigger lead than they have right now. But it's 2 big goals by their special teams, big one by the penalty kill early. Power play follows it up. If they can continue 40 minutes just playing good 5-on-5 hockey, they're in store for a big win here.
And some relief for Mike Matheson, who's been under siege as of late, getting an assist there on that goal by Dvorak. He had no points in his last 8 games. So 2-0 is where we stand, but it easily could have been 3-4. Montreal could have had a couple more in that period. Why were they able to generate so much offense and so much chances there in that period?
Well, what I really liked what Montreal established right from the start is to use their speed against the Anaheim defense that's really not that good. And they did that by utilizing the middle of the ice, especially in their own zone. They're creating speed, backing off the defense, and then creating O-zone time on that. This is a great first shift by Michael Pezzetta, who explodes through the middle of the ice. And the Montreal Canadiens get a couple seconds after in the offensive zone. Here's another example. Great heads-up play by Slafkovsky. Even better play on the back end. But all that ice and all that offensive zone time that they were having in that period was generated because Montreal was in their lanes and they were using their speed to take over this game. And if you look at that period, outshooting the Anaheim Ducks 10-6, it was because their speed, they were on their toes, they came ready to play, and the score definitely dictates that.
And getting contributions for those 4 lines because, the big boys had those big chances there in that first period, just weren't able to convert. We will keep going with this Montreal Canadiens discussion as our intermission continues. Former NHLer and current RDS analyst Mark Denis will join Brian, talk a little Montreal goaltending, Lane Hudson, and
Come on, Rover. Come on. Rover, I said go.
U.S. holding on to the 2-1 series lead over Canada, and now they're on this side of the border. Game 4 goes in Halifax, and we've got it for you at 6 Eastern, 7 Atlantic. As promised, though, right now, here's Brian with special guest Marc Denis of RDS.
Mark, always awesome to have you join us here at TSN. We appreciate your time. First period for Montreal, it was great. You get a special teams showcase, basically, power play goal, shorthanded goal. What stood out to you in that first period for Montreal?
Well, what I'm taking from that first period there, Brian, and thank you for having me on, is Montreal being able to finally capitalize and take full advantage of a team that just didn't show up in the first period. They jumped right on their power play. Armia and Evans were outstanding, generating that goal. Savard with some key defensive plays, and then the special teams keep on coming. This had been 12 games since the second wave of the power play has scored a goal. That was Kirby Dach before Christian Dvorak did today. So good on the Montreal Canadiens. And just one aspect that I was really keeping an eye on, the end of the period, I didn't like how Montreal was. I thought Anaheim was gaining some energy, but they survive it. Now they can regroup, look at each other in the eye after 20 minutes, and tell them that they need to play better in the second.
The one thing that Craig and I talked about off the opening of our show was just defensively, the last few games for Montreal, really not up to the standard that Martin St. Louis has expected. So your thoughts maybe on the last 5 games or so, and then, of course, what we saw here in this first period.
Yeah, I think from mid-December on, this team was able to really clamp down, especially in their own slot, not to give up too many grade A scoring chances. But what we've seen here in the last little bit is a team that's been giving up more rebound chances, more second opportunities, and the goalies, who had been, since Dobesh's call-up, playing above expected, have just been the mirror of their team. So you take into consideration that you're giving up more scoring chances and your goalies are not saving as many goals, and you get that 4-game slide.
What a big block shot by Nick Suzuki. The top line, the captain, I mean, he's been bringing it all season long. It's nice, though, to see some secondary scoring. I know it was on special teams.
Sure.
Other guys, though, chipping in now for Montreal.
Yes, and they'll need that. I think in the last 4 games here, that first line has been needing some help, and they haven't gotten it. I'm definitely looking to Kirby Dach, Alex Newhook, and Patrick Laine 5-on-5 to bring and to generate some more offense. I mean, the play has been up and down, and unfortunately, they haven't been able to maintain enough consistency as of late to help out the first line. I think the Dvorak line has been tremendous, but you're not expecting them to score on a nightly basis. It was definitely good to see Armia and Dvorak on the score sheet, although it was special teams.
Players don't want to look ahead at, competition coming up, but we can. And I'm excited for Macklin Celebrini and Lane Hudson.
Absolutely.
They were teammates at Boston University. Hobey Baker finalists, Final 3. We know who won that one. It was Celebrini. But when it comes to Rookie of the Year, where does Lane Hudson stand to you?
He's still my favorite.
Yep.
He's still my favorite, definitely in that race, but it is a tight race. And just a couple of days ahead of that matchup, definitely looking forward to seeing how Lane Hudson can keep on going. Now he's been on the right side, and that keeps on going today. Although he's back with Matheson now, they've been trying to find the right combination with Kaiden Guhle being out. But what I like about Lane Hudson is he learns so quickly. His development has been fantastic, and we've seen a great first period from Lane Hudson today. I thought he had more energy. He was definitely center of attention and creating some offensive chances for his teammates.
C'est bon, Marc Denis, thank you so much for your time. We'll send it back to you, Laura, in the studio.
Always a pleasure.
All right, and up next, we've got some highlights coming your way. The Sabres were looking to make it 3 straight wins, while Marie-Philippe Poulin was up to her old tricks for the victoire in PWHL. It's Devils Sabres here in the second. Tage Thompson with a nice little pass to Jason Zucker, who's got his 18th of the campaign. That put Buffalo up by 3. The Devils would make a charge, but the Sabres do hang on to win their 3rd in a row. While over in the PWHL, Victoire and Sirens still awaiting our first goal of this game. Early goings of the second, and Hugh Marie-Philippe Poulin. What a goal. One of her 2 on the day. That's all Montreal needed in this one as the Victoire get the 2-1 victory. So one Montreal team already victorious on this Sunday. The Canadiens looking to follow suit. A strong opening period again as the special teams come through. Shorthanded goal for Armia. Power play goal for the birthday boy, Christian Dvorak. And that leads us to getting you back to the West Coast where we find Brian and Craig.
Laura, great road period for Montreal. Mark Denis stopped by and he was raving about Lane Hudson, still his pick for Rookie of the Year. And when you follow these young stars enough, there's always relationships that are developed. And for Hudson, it was USA Hockey's national team development program. Hudson to Cutter Gauthier. Teammates bang back of the net. They won a World Junior gold together. Jacob Fowler, a Habs goalie prospect, also was part of that gold medal team. And Fowler played at Boston College with Gauthier as well. Craig, you've seen these young players for a long, long time. You see those relationships, the chemistry, and now battling against each other in the NHL.
You think that Cutter Gauthier didn't love playing with Lane Hudson? Just open up, I'll get the puck right square, like flat, perfect spot. I mean, Cutter's an excellent goal scorer, but Lane could deliver it. And what's fascinating, what I love about it is you watch those kids come into the USA National Team Development Program in September when they're 16 years old. In most cases, some are only 15. They're green as the grass. And then you watch them grow and you watch them get to not only the U18 20 months later, but into college and now into the NHL. It really is quite a lot of fun to watch their progression.
Well, Zegras out there right now, he won a World Junior with Cole Caulfield, and they're good friends as well. Ducks control underway in the second period. They cycle it around up top, right on Vetrano, fought off by Montembeault, and Dvorak will pick it up out of his own zone. Here's Gallagher in pursuit of the puck. Get on Vetrano. Trouba. Here's Carlson. Carlson, first player in NHL history as a teenager with 4 game-winning goals just 20 games into a season. So he came out red hot and scored some critical goals early for the Ducks this year. Came into the league as an 18-year-old, remember? Sort of load management as a youngster. Didn't play a ton his rookie campaign, but a lot more as a 19-year-old. And youngest player named to the Four Nations face-off coming up as well. Here's Patrick Laine. Will be on Team Finland for that competition in with Kirby Dach. Puck in the corner, Newhook goes to work. Radko Gudas. Little played for Lacombe. Lacombe to center. And back forward is Lane Hudson.
We talk about Leo Carlson, and they brought him in. He had never played as many games. They managed his games, made sure that, back-to-backs on the road, make sure they could manage some of that. But, this year has been probably, you'll ask him in a couple of years what has been the learning curve for him and what he's learned from this year. Because offensively, he hasn't been able to really find any footing. And I'll be straightforward. The Four Nations is way beyond him at this point in time. His game just isn't there to play at that level. It just isn't.
But you know what? You can grab onto some veteran guys and learn and see their habits as pros. I mean, take it to your advantage.
Well yeah, for Leo it is. But but put him into that spot. You're a coach there, and now you're sitting there looking and go, okay, I have 13 forwards. Now I got 12.
So some of the youngsters going, Craig, Brock Faber, we just saw him take on Montreal that win. Lucas Raymond, my goodness, what a season he's having.
He's a superstar. Yeah. Brock Faber's a stud on the blue line. But that's what I mean. They're going to go in there and contribute. Leo Carlson, it's about, what can he take from it? Listen, he's got a bright future. He's a very good prospect, but Four Nations, no.
Drew Helleson will play to center. Isaac Lundestrom will chip it in. Matheson. Slafkovsky tried to free it for Suzuki. Up top, Brian Dumoulin. Waiting, shooting, wanted the tip. as he had Fabry going to the net. Collision there at the line, Slafkovsky and Dumoulin. Montreal controls. Matheson through center. Mike Matheson flips in the backhand, goes to work.
See, if I'm Mike Matheson there, just back off. You know you're making a line change. Don't waste energy doing that. Now he goes and makes the line change, but you're going to play lots of minutes. I said that at the beginning of the game about Michael. Less is more.
Cutter Gauthier starts the play. Gets it back from Jansen Harkins. It was taken away. Jake Evans flips to center. Pezzetta chasing after it. Owen Zellweger up the left side. And behind the play, there's a ruckus right at center ice. Evans is in the middle of it.
There was a boarding penalty being called on Joel, not on Joel, on a hit on Joel Armia. And that's right where you saw the gathering. Harkins delivers the hit. From behind on the boards.
Was put on waivers by the Jets, claimed by the Penguins, and then the Ducks signed him back in July. Radko Gudas looking for some information. Him and Trevor Hansen continue to chat.
And they're considering giving it a 5 and then deciding if they should review it, which you can move it from a 5 down to a 2. You can't move it from a 2 up to a 5, but here's the play. Clear-cut boarding, there's no question about it. Hit from behind, completely dangerous, completely reckless, completely unnecessary. There's just no way, and he lunges at him and he drives at him. I think that's a 5-minute major. There's no way you can finish like that coming through. I think that should be a 5-minute major. Because watch how he comes through. He comes right through with force. It's one thing if you're kind of caught in a spot and you deliver that hit, but it's the way he comes through with force. And Jake Evans says, we're having none of that here. Those are the plays that are so dangerous. Call it 5 minutes, make them play short a player for the rest of the game, and send a message. That play should not be anywhere near this game.
So what an opportunity for Montreal. Want to make a statement, game 1 of their California trip. And a chance again here on the power play. Laine couldn't keep it in. And Montembeault will wait for the puck as Lane Hudson gets back. Hudson leaves for Cole Caulfield. He'll send it back to the captain. Patrick Laine, puck on his stick through center. Laine flips it in. Laine in pursuit into the corner. Played it off the wall. Good job, Hudson. Kept that alive. Lane Hudson controls things at the line for Caulfield. Caulfield. Hudson. Skates towards Laine. Goes Caulfield's way. Hudson. Wrist shot up high. Slafkovsky in front. And he took a big cross check from Dumoulin. And that's sent down the ice. Popped out of play. We'll see where the faceoff goes. And it's back in Ducks territory.
Hudson eyes up all the time. You know, when you can do with your hands what your eyes see, it makes you a very dangerous player. And just a nice little deflection. Dostal gets out, and then you see him. And there's the cross check on Slafkovsky.
Hudson leads all rookie defensemen in shots on goal.
So why isn't that cross check? Should be a 2-minute penalty. And there's nobody that can tell me that shouldn't be a 2-minute penalty.
Face off the right of Dostal, won by Montreal. Newhook one-timer, good block there. As Jackson Lacombe paid the price to stop that. Kirby Dach far boards. Gallagher behind the net. Gallagher to Dach. Matheson, one-time bomb, and he buzzed the tower, bounce near the crease. Gallagher couldn't find it. It's down the ice, and Montembeault's got to play this, and he will, as Fabry cutting in, trying to steal.
Such a good play by Sam Montembeault. I know we sit here and we talk about a goaltender, but he just put it into the corner, not putting it in any spot where it could hit something where Fabry can get a free chance. Just a really smart play by Sam Montembeault.
Kirby Dach, as Dvorak looked his way, still holds it. Dach, Gallagher. Kirby Dach, far circle, Dach, Gallagher, wrap job, and it was jammed up. Couldn't get it on net. Matheson faked the shot. Matheson, back to Dach. Gallagher's parked in front. Kirby Dach behind the net. Time winding down, the flip in front. And Harkins out of the box all the way down to Montembeault. Harkins in pursuit of the puck, and Montembeault slings that into the corner. Carrier. Harkins fell back on his skates. Jack-Eye there as well, as is Carrier. Carrier pins his man. Jack-Eye there as well. That battle continues. Pop free. Owen Zellweger weaves in. Zellweger a backhand. Hit Anderson bouncing. Vetrano was in front. And he couldn't clean that up. And Montreal desperate to clear. They will flip to center. Zegras, little flip to the Habs line. No further. Arbor Jack-Eye. Josh Anderson. Puck is actually hit him. Couldn't find it. Him in the back at the line. Puck played away by Ryan Strome. Zellweger and Evans tied up. And a penalty coming up to Montreal. I think Evans is going to get it. And the Ducks will get a chance on the power play. 13:47 to go. Evans doesn't like it, but he's going to the box. And Jack-Eye, he's not done with the conversation. Ducks power play when we come back to Honda Center.
Evans, who's been such a terrific penalty killer, shorthanded goals, leading to the first one in this game with a great setup for Armia. But when you take your hand and your stick and you reach around a player, you're going to get called. And this is exactly what happened. You can see where the stick and the arm get on the inside of Olen Zellweger, and that's the 2 minutes. This was that little pop pass, as you would call it, Brian. Nice play by Kirby Dach to Brendan Gallagher, and a good save by Lucas Dostro.
So the Ducks were 0 for 4 versus the Flames in their last game, a loss at Calgary. Obviously gave up the shorthanded goal on their first power play opportunity. It was actually Vetrano had a shorthanded goal versus the Flames. Their only goal in that contest. It was his 300th point in the NHL. McTavish lines up with Suzuki. Suzuki won it. Savard's down though, but he buys enough time for Armia to find it and flip that down the ice. Dostal will leave it for Jackson Lacombe, who comes in with a 3-game point streak, 4 points in those 3 games for Lacombe. Zegras for Strome for Vetrano. Frank Vetrano to the line. Lacombe. Strome. Vetrano works it across. McTavish up top. Lacombe to Zegras. Lacombe, one-time drive, rebound. Puck in front. And the Ducks control. Lacombe just holds it in. Armia, though, slots it down. No high stick. Play continues. Armia for Suzuki. Nick Suzuki killing off some time. Vetrano at center. Lacombe back to Frank Vetrano. He'll go in the corner, watched by Carrier. Alexandre Carrier watching him. It's played into the near corner. Lacombe works it across. Mason McTavish. McTavish goes down low again. Zegras. Ducks working around, finding the reshot up high. Montembeault Vetrano followed up, and Savard found it and cleared it out of harm's way in time. Ducks will reload. Lacombe, puck on his stick. 30 seconds left in the minor penalty to Evans. Leo Carlson. He'll drop the puck off. Carlson in the corner, battling for space. Carrier hustles. Gets to the puck. Off the glass, down the ice. And Suzuki tracking in. And Dostal. Yeah, he's going to hold that with the captain lurking. And that's a good play because now a face-off in Ducks territory and just 17 seconds left in the penalty.
And the Ducks can't make a change as the throws the puck with a play from outside. A couple of chances here. Rebounds, you know, trying to get the puck through in on Montembeault. Montembeault tracking it pretty good. Puck comes there on the rebound, and you can just see where Montreal's a little bit stronger on the stick, stronger on the puck than Anaheim, but a good play by Jackson Lacombe. He's been a really good, steady, consistent player for the Anaheim Ducks. Second round pick.
There's Dvorak, another face-off win on the road. We talked about his percentage, top 5 in the NHL. As the birthday boiler talked about it, 29 years old today, and he's got a goal on the power play for Montreal. And another good kill. Ducks 0 for 2 on the power play. Josh Anderson, he got clipped at center, and Anderson's slow to get up. Owen Zellweger, good pace over the line, leaves it. Carlson drops it off, wrist shot. All Fabbri right into the glove of Montembeault, who has been very steady, not busy, but steady for Montreal, his 10th save.
Not busy is a good thing. It's a really good thing, because that means that Montreal's not giving up those chances. We saw at the beginning of the game what's happened the last 5 games. The rush chances against, inner slot shots against, slot chances, high danger chances. Montreal defensively has been really good. Josh Anderson got clipped by Zegras. Then he gets clipped here on a attempted check coming across. And that's Trouba. When you're out on the ice, when Trouba's out on the ice, you better be aware.
Him and Gudas, I mean, they're wrecking balls. They've done it their entire career. It's not a newsflash. You know what's coming. Kirby Dach. Newhook spins away, trying to work the puck in deep. Puck battle in the corner. Drew Helleson under some duress. He'll play it for Leeson. Brett Leeson able to free the puck. Lundestrom, some speed, hands it off. Harkins, the pass across. Helleson couldn't pull the trigger, so he'll take it in deep. Lays it into the corner. Isaac Lundestrom behind the net. Tried to center, and he gave it right to Patrick Laine. Laine, not a good clear as he couldn't get velocity on the back end. Ducks hold it in again. Leeson, he'll protect, hands it off. Lacombe, drop pass. Cutting in is Dumoulin. Brian Dumoulin thought about the wrap job. Holds onto the puck. Up for Lacombe. Across, one-time drive, and that was blocked as Zegras couldn't get it through. And that's icing charge to Montreal.
Sam Montembeault, who has been terrific. The high danger zones, you can see with Sam Montembeault, 246. Lucas Dostal just a little bit behind him. But when opponents get those prime scoring chances and the goaltenders that deny them, that's when you know you got good goaltending.
Ryan Strome won the draw, then found the puck, worked it around the boards. Gudas chops the puck for Zegras. Carrier hit him. Kirby Dach into the corner with Carrier. Lacombe couldn't free it. There's Arbor Jackeye, but Lacombe finds it with a second effort. Kirby Dach reaching for it. He'll jam up that left wing as Radko Gudas is back. Gudas for Lacombe to the right side. Ryan Strome For Vetrano, walks in and he wired it, but he missed. High glove side. Suzuki got a stick on that attempt. Puck in the corner, Zegras, backhand feed up top, Lacombe, make the shot with it, shoots and blocked by Newhook. Pop free that drive, and that was stopped as Gudas let it go. Good traffic in front of Montembeault, another clear by Montreal, and another icing coming up.
You know, there's different points in the game, Brian, where you got to do something to help your team win. Alex Newhook did just exactly that. He gets right out there, he commits to blocking the shot. You know, offensive players, you know, you're expected to score, you want to score, but those plays become critical to winning. Nice job by Alex Newhook.
McTavish, Suzuki. McTavish won it to Killorn. Alex Killorn, backhand traffic in front as McTavish was parked in front of Montembeault. Another clear by Montreal, and this time they can get some fresh legs out. As play whistle down, Craig, I'm not sure why it was not icing. Regardless, it's a TV timeout, and yeah, Greg Cronin getting an opportunity, head coach of the Ducks, his first head coaching job in the National Hockey League. Well, he was groomed in the Colorado system as well, and he was one of the guys that helped a lot of the young players for the Colorado Avalanche, including Alex Newhook, who won a Stanley Cup there as a young player, obviously in 2022, lifting that cup. And Alex said that Greg had a lot to do with his success, his belief, but more importantly, what it takes to win and the work ethic it takes to be a pro in the NHL. Saw the shot block earlier, Craig, that you alluded to, paying the price. Maybe when you're not scoring, do something. Bring something to the game that may not show up on a score sheet, but that helps your team win, and you alluded to that perfectly as Lacombe. That shot hit the side of the net. Bouncing puck, tracked down again as Lacombe's buzzing in this game. He's been all over it for Anaheim. Lacombe leaves. Leeson. Brett Leeson gets checked by Slafkovsky. He just was back in Calgary in his hometown. Into to play the Flames. Leeson has it in, shoots, swallowed up by Montembeault. What a chance on cue right there for Brett Leeson. Slafkovsky took the check, but got it in deep. In comes Caulfield. Lacombe up the left wing. Popped over for Gudas. He's going to hammer it in, and Gudas will lead a change. Cutter Gauthier at his pocket picked, and a big hit Savard. He felt that one from Johnston. Johnston had the fight with Arbor Xhekaj in the first. Gallagher's got Dvorak. Gallagher in. Dvorak off a leg. Or Dvorak would have cashed in his second of the game on his birthday. Good drive there by Gallagher. Gauthier back to work in the corner. Dvorak has it as Cutter Gauthier, the big trade involving Jamie Drysdale, was not happy in Philadelphia, and now he's a Duck. Puck battle in the corner. Gallagher trying to free it. It comes to Brian Dumoulin, and he'll work it to center. 7:30 to go, second period. All the scoring in the first, courtesy Montreal. And if you're Marty St. Louis, the Ducks have trouble scoring, worse in the NHL in goals per game. Get the insurance marker here and maybe start to skate away with this game.
Montreal has not given up very much here in this game in terms of discipline and structure and doing the things to make sure you don't harm yourselves. Montreal's done an excellent job.
Hudson jumps on the ice. Armia picks up the puck. The pass from Evans towards the net. It's loose, swatted away. Pezzetta paying the price in front. The screen on Doschdal. As Doschdal, he got the start in Calgary, took the loss. Carlson using his speed, cutting in. Leo Carlson, a good burst, but he was closed off by Hudson. Picked up by Zellweger. He'll work it in deep. Mike Matheson. We thought John Gibson might get the start. Would have been his 500th game in the NHL, but he's the backup. Wrist shot, score! The Ducks got one. Not sure if that was tipped in front, but it was ripped in with some velocity from Alex Killorn. And it's a 2-1 game. Looks like McTavish got the tip.
Yeah, McTavish tipped it. But Alex Killorn knows, I have a puck here, sizes it up, McTavish get to the net. See, McTavish makes the pass and he comes right back to the net. There's a deflection. And Alex Killorn making sure that he's going to direct. He turns inward inside the dot, and there's a deflection where Sam Montembeault has no chance as the puck changes direction on him. But a real good give and go from below the goal line up to the hash marks. But Killorn turning inward right to the net. McTavish going into the net and to the net. Got to find a way to manufacture goals in different ways. Anaheim does exactly that.
And Zegras cuts it looking for more. A little bit of life in the building now for the Ducks. Puck on the line, Hellison shot, kicked aside Montembeault. Strome tried to pass it off. Zegras picks it up. Trevor Zegras takes it away from Kirby Dach. Spin away from Dach. Strome trying to free it, and it's played back to center. So Mason McTavish has made it 2-1, his 13th of the season. He's now got 4 goals in 4 career games versus Samuel Montembeault. In cut Strome. Strome backhand feed in front, score! Back-to-back goals, that time Frank Vatrano, and Vatrano's tied it up at 2.
It's a great regroup in the neutral zone by the Anaheim Ducks. And they got an attack mentality here. And Frankie Vatrano's got an unbelievable release. He's got velocity there. But this is the attack mode. And as Strome makes a beautiful backhand pass after he slips behind David Savard. But that attack mentality, we're going to attack. And that attack started right in the neutral zone. Once they regained the puck, they went right to work. Just like that, it's 2-2.
Vatrano led the Ducks last year with 37 goals. That's his 16th, and that's 2 goals in 40 seconds. So a 2-2 tie. Shots are level at 14. The game is level at 2. As the Ducks have found a way here in the second period.
All starts because Alex Killorn, like he's going to get a puck directed towards the net. McTavish gets there, he deflects it nicely. That's the first goal. And then again, getting into that attack mindset. Once they gain possession in the neutral zone, they go right to work.
Off the draw, Lane Hudson. Slafkovsky reaching for it, spinning, shooting. Never got through. Hudson slaps it back in. Puck bounces in the corner. Suzuki trying to push Lundestrom out of his way. And it comes to Jackson Lacombe. Puck fired in, Montembeault and Knuckler. He's got to be careful, and he's going to hold it. With 5:06 to go here in the second. So a team that struggled to score pops 2 in 40 seconds. McTavish is 13th, Vetrano 16th. We're all locked up here at Orange County. This isn't new. They've been heating up for the last number of games in McTavish and Vetrano. We talked about Frank Vetrano last year, the 37 goals. And without Troy Terry in the lineup, guys got to step up. These guys are stepping up.
No question about it. Down 2-0. Find a way to generate a chance. They both are able to finish on those chances. But last 6 games for a team that doesn't generate a lot of offense, nobody can say that Mason McTavish and Frank Vetrano aren't doing their part.
Carlson and now Anderson steps in to take the draw. Neil Carlson can't win it. Good on Josh Anderson to win that one, and the puck comes to center. Dvorak, he'll flip it in. Under 5 minutes to go, second period. As the Ducks have leveled the score. Dvorak at the line, keeps it alive. Trouba dumped him, and a penalty coming up to Jacob Trouba.
Holding, it's a holding penalty. Play's moving right towards where Trevor Hansen is, and no question about it. That's a good play by Christian Dvorak, though, because he's skating, and he's forcing Trouba to have to chase him down, and the glove comes up at the end, but it was the holding penalty that got him. Montreal now with an opportunity. I was going to say on that faceoff in the offensive zone for Anaheim, Leo Carlson's on against Josh Anderson. Leo Carlson's faceoff percentage, 39% for sure. Those are areas you're up against Josh Anderson because you got to be able to take advantage.
Lane Hudson thought about gambling, but decided to retreat as Lundestrom starts the play. Passes it over for Killorn. Lundestrom in the corner. Patrick Laine behind the net. Killorn, tenacious work though, and finally it's Hudson. He'll skate away. Lane Hudson up the right wing. Hudson around the cone. Getting back with Jansen Harkins, so reverse play, and Laine couldn't hold it in. And Laine's got to try hustle back because Killorn first man in. Good penalty kill by Alex Killorn. Hudson through center again, goes for Suzuki. Suzuki chips it in. Drew Helleson first on the puck, and that did get the glass. Another good clear by Anaheim.
Entry's another problem, and any team that cannot enter the zone on the power play, they're going to struggle. We saw that earlier with Anaheim. We're seeing it through the first minute of this power play for Montreal.
Here's Alex Newhook. Through center ice, Newhook carries it in and chases after the puck. Dumoulin chips it away from him. Newhook back at it in the corner. And no one home, far point. Matheson reloads at center. Gallagher. He'll start the play. Newhook to Gallagher. Gallagher. Newhook pops it for Doc. Kirby Doc. He'll hand it off. Matheson. Look Doc's way, then he finds him. Quick shot. Dvorak into the glove. Good play. They moved it quick and they got a good chance, but Dostal, and of course, who's right in front? Brendan Gallagher.
Yeah, if you don't know where Brendan Gallagher is, if the puck's in the offensive zone for Montreal, just look to the front of the net, because chances are that's exactly where he'll be located. Christian Dvorak's had a really good game here for Montreal.
They'll redo the face-off. The original cast of the Mighty Ducks movie in the house, so that's why they're quacking inside of the building. Things now you know at home. Face-off battle, Gallagher in the corner. Taken down by Lacombe. Just 15 seconds left in the penalty to Trouba. Montreal could use one here. Bouncing puck and look out, Killorn is away. Dvorak trying to get back. Killorn waiting, shooting, and Dvorak, what a shot block and hustle by Dvorak to get back and break that up.
Dvorak had made a backhand pass across the blue line to Matheson, and that's where the exchange wasn't exactly clean, because Killorn is closing. Killorn is making a play here, but, you know, again, Dvorak coming right back to position, and then he holds his position. Just great. Again, on to the next play. You can't do anything about the first play, but you can do something about the next play. Alex Killorn, or excuse me, Christian Dvorak with an excellent play.
Killorn, 805 career games with Tampa, those 2 cups, and now a veteran presence. Much like guys like Matheson and Savard are for a young Habs team. Surround the young core with some winners and what it takes to be successful in this league.
Brian, I couldn't say it any better. That's exactly what it's all about. Having an Alex Killorn on your team with your group of players, invaluable. Don't even look at the contract, just look at what he brings, because he's still a really good, solid player.
Here's Josh Anderson trying to fish that puck down to the line. He'll shoot it in. 2:20 to go, second frame. Armia, Evans behind the net. Jake Evans up for Carrier. Carrier, shot in and out of the glove. Puck loose, Armia there. Trying to fish it free, and he will. Anderson spinning towards the net, and that deflected just wide on Dostal. Trevor Zegras from his own line. Zegras had the lacrosse goal on Montembeault a couple years back at the Bell Center. Picked it up in stride behind the net and tucked it in. The only unfortunate part of that was A, if you're a Montreal fan, and B, there's no one in the crowd. Look out, weird bounce on Dostal. And Helleson back there to bail him out. Killorn again. Had his stick lifted there neatly by Suzuki. Brian Dumoulin in his own zone. Mason McTavish, who had that nice deflection in front. First goal for the Ducks. And now a 2-2 tie. Cole Caulfield chips it in for Montreal. Dumoulin slips and then got tripped up by Caulfield as well. Suzuki up top. Matheson fakes, hands it off. Hudson right through the crease. Nobody there. Suzuki, he'll pick it up. Final minute, Honda Center. 2-2 game. Matheson in the direction of Hudson. Killorn has it. Dumoulin curls away from Suzuki. Helleson to center, and Lundestrom will backhand it in. 40 seconds to go. Montembeault to play it. Matheson for Hudson. Stretch pass. Josh Anderson at center. He'll backhand it in. In comes Doc. Trouba plays it high around the boards. Struble was there. He's out with Savard. Struble hasn't played a lot in this game. Around 7 minutes of ice time. Fewest amongst defensemen in the game. Struble, remember, made his NHL debut in this building on this exact road trip last year. It was around American Thanksgiving, though, last year. Final few seconds. Leeson cutting in. Backhand try. Ran out of room. Savard laid out. Last final push. Time runs out. But the Ducks doing the damage here, Craig, in this second period.
Finding their way back into a game where, you know, offense has been a challenge for the Ducks, but quickly they get 2 goals to get right back into it. Frankie Petrano's one of those dangerous goal scorers.
Montreal number 77 has a 2-minute minor penalty for cross-checking.
Kirby Dach's going to get a late penalty here.
Yeah, no time left on the clock in the second period, so Anaheim starts on the power play. There's a cross-check. You know, earlier in the game, we saw Slavkovsky get cross-checked. That should be a penalty, but they missed the one on Slavkovsky in front of the net.
We'll see if special teams continues to be the difference. Montreal, that power play goal, shorthanded goal in the first, but the Ducks tie it up. Also, Canadiens hockey intermission continues next with Laura Dykin and Carlo Koliakovo.
Super Bowl 59. The excitement is palpable. I mean, I'm not any more excited than you are.
Hey, you know what? I cheer for his 3. And
I like
the
it.
Chiefs, 3 for 3. That's historical.
So are we actually cheering for the same team for once?
I am cheering for the Chiefs, yes.
I can't cheer for the Eagles.
Oh, you're a Cowboys fan.
It's against my religion. All right, we've got it for you. February the 9th, Super Bowl 59 from New Orleans. So 2 periods down now between the Ducks and the Habs, and the second period, the total opposite of what we saw in the first period. All those positives from Montreal kind of put to the wayside there. Where did things go wrong on this first goal, Carlo?
Well, Laura, just a couple of breakdowns in the Montreal Canadiens game. You know, there was a point in that period I was saying Montreal has to find a way to get to an insurance goal because it just seems like one goal could really get Anaheim going. And it was a simple breakdown in the D zone where Armia just gets beat by his guy coming out of the corner, and then Evans loses which guy to go to. and it leaves Killorn with prime real estate to walk towards the net. And because Armia loses his battle, McTavish is able to get a stick on the puck. So a little bit of missed assignments there, loose coverage. You've got a D that's trying to play forward, but even Armia is being a little bit too aggressive there. Sometimes the best play is just keep guys on the outside, protect the house. And because of that goal, it just seems like everything turned into Anaheim's favor.
Yeah, and then things started to spiral again a little bit because 40 seconds later, Anaheim, which again has had issues scoring goal this season, coming into this game, averaging just 2.5 per game, able to strike again.
Well, I talked about a D zone breakdown. This was a neutral zone breakdown in the second goal, just minutes after the first one. And it's a harmless play that just turns into good puck possession for the Ducks. But a couple of quick strides at Patrick Laine just to get back in the middle ice, protect the middle of the ice a little bit. Doc, now he's a defenseman. He's a little bit too aggressive. He's got to recognize that Strome there is on his backhand and not a dangerous player to score at that angle. He gets a little too aggressive. Two guys go to one puck. And Vetrano, because he beats Laine up the ice through the middle, because Laine doesn't make that quick recovery to the middle, he gets wide open the slot. Next thing you know, Laura, I was talking about maybe a 3-0 game for Montreal to put this game away. It's a 2-2 game. Anaheim's into it. The crowd's into it. And we got 20 minutes now for the Montreal Canadiens to try to win a game on the road.
Give us your stat. Give us your stat.
Well, the big thing here is this next goal for Anaheim is so important because if Montreal could limit them from scoring that next goal, Anaheim is 20-0-2 this season when they score 3 or more goals. So that's a big goal that the Montreal Canadiens have to not let Anaheim get, and obviously that next goal for them should be very important in this one.
Because again, an up and down season for Anaheim. They have won 3 of their last 4 games. In those 3 wins, they've scored 5 or more goals. So the offense has been clicking right now. Whether that'll continue in the third period, we'll have to wait and see. All right, well, not far from Anaheim, in LA tonight, they'll be handing out the Grammys, which got us thinking, who's the best artist in the NHL this year? Craig and Carlo unveil their winners next. biggest night. 94 categories at this year's Grammys. We've got Craig. 94. Craig and Carlo. We've narrowed it down to 4. We won't go through all 94. But let's start with the best new artist. Who is the best new artist, Carlo, in the NHL?
I'm looking right at the Montreal Canadiens, my favorite player to watch every night, and that is Lane Hutson, rookie defenseman, leading all rookies in scoring. He's 9th in defense scoring. This guy, when he's at the top of his game, he's absolutely electric. He's on the highlight reel almost every game that he plays. He's breaking ankles on the other teams. I just love everything he brings to the game. It's new, exciting, it's fresh. And because he's a rookie and being able to do it, I think he's getting the award for me.
Dustin Wolf for me, Laura. You know, as great as Lane Hutson has been as a rookie, and we can compare him to other rookies, Dustin Wolf has been one of the best goaltenders, period, in the entire NHL, and the Calgary Flames wouldn't be anywhere near where they're at right now in a playoff spot without the heroics of Dustin Wolf.
A little surprising, neither going with Macklin Celebrini, who is the favorite to win the Calder right now, this according to our friends at FanDuel. So we've got Best New Artist done. How about we go bigger here? How about Best Artist, period? Craig, who do you got?
Well, you know, if there's a lot of good players here. I'm going with Zach Werenski. And people go, what? Zach Werenski? The Columbus Blue Jackets have played so well this year. Zach Werenski leads their team in scoring. He's been simply brilliant in the way that he has controlled the game in every single regard and helped the Columbus Blue Jackets be in a fight for the playoffs.
You know, I'm going a little bit of a chalky pick here, maybe a Hart Trophy favorite. I'm going with Leon Draisaitl, the Edmonton Oilers. He leads the league with 36 goals, probably going to win another goal-scoring title, maybe even win the Art Ross. He's only a couple points back at Nathan McKinnon, but you look at the Edmonton Oilers who went all the way to Game 7 Stanley Cup Final. He's having this type of season without Connor McDavid leading the league in points. So that's why, to me, he's the best artist.
All right, we've gone through Best New Artist, Best Artist. We've got Best Duo, and, you know, the awards are happening in L.A., and we can't say Luka and LeBron after the trade early this morning, but who are we going with Best Duo Performance, Carl?
You know, I'm going with a team that has two players that nobody expected to have the success that they're having this year. I'm going with Kyle Connor and Mark Scheifele, the Winnipeg Jets. Second and third in league scoring, 31 and 30 goals. I know Connor Hellebuyck, you can even have a best trio with those three and how good they've been for the Winnipeg Jets, who own the best record in the National Hockey League right now. Where would the Jets be without these two guys?
Yeah, you're right, Carlo. I mean, those two have been simply terrific. They've been fantastic, amongst the very best in the National Hockey League. So it's not that I'm disagreeing with you, because I could easily pick those two as the best duo, but I'm going to go to where I think there's must-watch hockey. That's the Colorado, the Mile High City, Nathan McKinnon and Cale Makar. You better be buckled up and ready to watch greatness every night they play the game. They pull you out of your seat. They do fantastic, phenomenal things, and they never disappoint, regardless of who they're playing or where they're playing or anything in between.
We may see McKinnon and Makar in our highlights coming up because they were in action this afternoon. Last but certainly not least, Craig, we've got the Best Solo Performance.
I'm going back to Utah when the Montreal Canadiens played against the Utah Hockey Club. Michael Matheson scored a brilliant goal. The play started in the defensive zone, and he just took off. I mean, it was like he was shot out of a rocket all the way up the ice. A great finish on the backhand. Just a phenomenal play. And yeah, we're doing a Montreal Canadiens broadcast, so I'm all in for the love for Michael Matheson and the Canadiens.
I like that play too, Greg. Great goal, especially by a defenseman. But I'm going with another Montreal Canadien, and I think this was the turning point of the Montreal Canadiens season. It was December 3rd against the New York Islanders, and it was the debut of Patrik Laine scoring his first goal in almost, it was 24 games for the Habs, but 75 games that he missed, and it absolutely blew the roof off of the Bell Center. Incredible moment in hockey. We cheer for comebacks. In sports, we cheer for comebacks. This was an incredible comeback by Patrik Laine. To me, that was a great moment.
Anyone want to sing to take us to break or not? All right.
Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, sing a song for me.
Craig wins the award for bravest panelists here this evening. That does it for our inaugural Grammy NHL Award mashup here on the Habs on TSN. And yes, another game has gone final in the NHL. We'll show you how the Flyers fared against the Avs and if Philly was able to leapfrog Montreal in the standings.
You know that.
The Flyers have now been shut out in 3 straight games, 2-0 the final there. Devils and Sabres from earlier in the day, 3-1 Buffalo here in the second. Tage Thompson, nice pass here to Jason Zucker. That was a very important goal because the Devils would battle back, but that goal turned out to be the game winner as Buffalo has now won 3 in a row. And last but certainly not least, over in the PWHL, it's the Victoire and the Sirens, and here in the second, Marie-Philippe Poulin going to work. One of her 2 on the day as Montreal gets the win. 2-1 the final as Poulin providing all the offense Montreal needed in that one. Here is your second period summary, and again, a 40-second span. McTavish and Vetrano saying red hot for the Ducks. Again, it was Kirby Dach taking that penalty at the end of the second, so Montreal will begin this all-important third period down a man. As we turn it back over again to Brian and Craig in the booth.
Laura, the good news is the penalty kill has been perfect in this contest for Montreal. Craig, coming to the ring today, we talked about players having to grab the game. This season, let's be honest, since he's had that C on his chest, Nick Suzuki has been that guy for Montreal, and they need someone to grab this game in this third period.
It's part of Nick Suzuki's DNA that he is going to find a way to make a difference in the game in somehow, some way. And it doesn't matter whether it's scoring or setting up a play or winning a faceoff. That is how Nick Suzuki is wired. And if you want to be a winning team, you need players that not only are willing to do that, but you need your best players and your leaders to embrace it. Nick Suzuki does that in every single turn.
51 points in 51 games for Nick Suzuki coming into this afternoon's contest as the Ducks trying to get a victory, a comeback win here on home ice. They're 11-12-2 this year. Last year all season, they only had 12 wins on home ice. So underway here in this third period, and as Laura alluded to, Kirby Dach in the box, Montreal in the penalty kill. In comes Lacombe, in deep with Zegras. Played around, Vetrano keeps it alive. Frank Vetrano. McTavish hands it back to Zegras. He'll play it behind the net. Zegras waiting across Vetrano. He had the shot, he healed it. And Evans finds the puck, and he'll clear it by Lacombe down the ice.
They set it up perfectly, didn't they, Brian? I mean, Zegras just kind of gives a look away and then slides it in there. And Vetrano doesn't usually miss on those types of opportunities.
McTavish lays it back for Trevor Zegras. Through his legs for Strome. Ryan Strome brings it in. Matheson took it away neatly, and Dvorak plays that back. Up for Josh Anderson. One-on-one with Lacombe. Lacombe took it away from him, and up for McTavish. Mason McTavish at the line. He'll coast in. McTavish. Less than a minute to go here in the power play opportunity. Zegras. He'll get it back from Zellweger. Zegras across McTavish, a weak one-timer, and Montembeault is coming over. And that right pad was down, and he made the save. Here's Zellweger. Both teams getting some fresh legs out. Zellweger. He'll pop it back. Leo Carlson weaves in, stops, lost an edge, and an easy clear down the ice by Carrier. And the one thing about the loss of Kaiden Guhle, Craig, he played in all areas, but especially the penalty kill. A big shot blocker, big minutes for Marty St. Louis.
21-14 time and ice, hard 21-14 that Kaiden Guhle had to play. And he did it exceptionally well, does it exceptionally well.
And the team affected Arbor Xhekaj and him very close, good friends, and a tough one for the entire team. And for Arbor Xhekaj, who had to kind of freelance his warm-up routine before games without Kaiden Guhle here. Good penalty kill to start the period, this third for Montreal, as they're 3 for 3 on the PK, the Habs, in this game. They'll travel tonight, day off tomorrow, likely some practice, and then San Jose and LA, a couple of back-to-back games here in California. Gudas towards the net and swallowed up.
So you want to be a winning hockey team. You want to win games are important. Juraj Slafkovsky cannot make that play on the wall. He goes on the wall and he does a little flick backhand into the middle of the ice. Now this is the play by McTavish that he doesn't get the clean play on. I'm going right back to that play by Slav. That is not winning hockey. And that is unacceptable to make that play. And you're in your third year in the league, you have to make a better play than that. Those are the ones that become killers.
Face off to the left of Montembeault. It's Dvorak, it's Strome. Dvorak wins it. Gallagher chasing after the puck. A little bump on Trouba. Gallagher watching Trouba in the corner. He'll play it to the near wall. Zegras back to Trouba. In comes Dvorak. Zellweger up the ice to center, collected at Montreal's line, and Carrier that hit the stick of Ryan Strome. Otherwise, he would have been home free in on Montembeault.
That flew up too. And you know, Juraj Slafkovsky, his last 82 games in the NHL, that's a full season. 22 goals, 38 assists, 60 points. I mean, you're talking about somebody that is still very young, very green, still learning. He is going to be a real force as he continues to grow in his game. But those numbers, and 16 at even strength, those are impressive numbers for a 20-year-old player.
Slafkovsky will turn 21 in March. Still a lot of runway for the first overall pick. Carrier hit by McTavish. He'll play it up the wall. Caulfield there. Caulfield advances play. In comes Suzuki. Suzuki pushed in to the corner by Lacombe. Killorn spun around. Suzuki trying to dig it free. Newhook finds it. Up for Xhekaj. Xhekaj for Caulfield. Newhook below the goal line, keeps it moving. Suzuki, good battle this time with Alex Killorn. And Gudas able to free the puck. Lacombe will start the play. It's back to Gudas. Gudas for Jackson Lacombe. Mason McTavish at the line, and Xhekaj lined him up with a shoulder check right there as he laid into McTavish. Good check there. Armia back defensively, able to work it to Newhook. He'll throw it to the right side, and it bounces behind the goalie as it's behind Lucas Dostal, icing.
Arbor Xhekaj stepping up there. You know, as you grow as a defenseman, at times you appreciate how much zealousness a player can have, how much enthusiasm he has, and Arbor's always had that. But picking your right spots and not making yourself vulnerable, your team vulnerable, that was a really nice step up, delivering the check.
Cutter Gauthier right on in that left pad again. And then Gauthier got pumped by the blue line. Arbor Xhekaj a little growly here to start this road trip for Montreal. And that's probably a good thing for Montreal fans. Had the fight in the first period with Johnston. Jake Evans chips it in towards the net. Helleson off the boards. He wanted Johnston. Harkins has the puck, slings it right in front. And a good play to Cutter Gauthier, but Gauthier unable to get the shot off. Puck played across, wrist shot Dumoulin, high and missed everything. Ellison walks the line. That shot was interrupted, and Pezzetta to the right wing, fired in by Armia. He's going to start a change. Struble, lone man in, got it to Pezzetta. He plays it behind the net. Gallagher pumps it back in. Pezzetta leaves it. There's Gauthier. Cutter Gauthier throws to center. Pezzetta leaves for Gallagher, who will chip and chase after it. Gallagher, first man in for Dvorak. Dvorak, Hudson, and he didn't see Vetrano jumping on the ice and gave it away. Here's Vetrano, waiting. Vetrano buys some time. Throws it to space for Strome. Strome, puck on his stick, across, wanted Vetrano, and that was broken up. Backdoor feed from Trouba, but no one was home. Owen Zellweger flips it towards the net. Trouba hit the bodies in front. Trouba follows up. Puck still available. And finally, it's cleaned up by Lane Hudson. And he'll deliver the pass to Gallagher. Gallagher with Anderson. Josh Anderson walks it in. Wrist shot. Rebound try. Gallagher, good effort from the goal line, but Gauchdel played it very nicely. Nearly 6 minutes gone in this third period. Second and final meeting between these two teams, as it went to a shootout back at the Bell Center in their first meeting. A game won by Montreal. Kudas, a rocket tip just wide. Lacombe, puck on his stick. Lacombe waiting, shooting, and he had Montembeault tracking, but it missed high again. Lacombe one more time, another wrister, knocked down in front by Matheson. Matheson for Doc, puck at his skates, and that's flipped out of play. Trying to figure out where the face-off will come. In a 2-2 tie, Montreal won the first meeting in a shootout, and it's a close one again here in Anaheim.
This
High Performance Part is brought to you by Napa Auto Parts.
Christian Dvorak has had a very strong game for the Montreal Canadiens, making some good defensive plays, obviously getting this goal that put Montreal up 2-0. He's been very good. Here's some of the defensive work. All around solid game for the birthday boy. Put some candles in it. Celebrate.
Would like to celebrate with a win, as Dvorak, a UFA at the end of this year for Montreal.
He's such an interesting player with the trade deadline coming up. I mean, as you point out, a free agent. Excellent on the face-offs. A lot of times, Brian, you're trying to just, on the margin, strengthen your team. And there's certain areas where Christian Dvorak would absolutely do that for a team trying to get a little bit stronger.
Matheson took it away from Leeson, who has 5 shots in the game, leads all players, Brett Leeson. And a 2-2 game, 7 minutes gone in this third period. Isaac Lundestrom from his own zone. He'll skate away from Slafkovsky, who wanted to change. He takes one, and it's Jackson Lacombe on the puck. Up the right side, Cutter Gauthier closed off by Xhekaj. And Trouba flipped the glass out of play, face off back in front of Samuel Montembeault. So we've talked about Gudas and Trouba. I mean, they are two big men on the blue line. They love to play the body. And since they started tracking the stat, active NHLers, he's second. He's 8th all time, and he leads them in hits again this year.
Well, if it's the Baseball Hall of Fame, you get into the Hall of Fame with 3,000 hits. I mean, he's only 32 shy. Yeah. Luke Schen's in. Brendan Dillon's got a little work to do, but, you know, that's pretty impressive. Not an easy way to play, but you want to win in this league, you need players like Radko Gudas. It's as simple as that.
He's 11th in the NHL in hits this season, leads the Ducks in that department, and a physical player. Gained 800 for him tonight in his NHL career. Backhanded in by Armia. Zellweger maneuvers out of his own zone. Tracked down by Pezzetta. Zellweger keeps on moving up the right side. He's bumped by Arber Xhekaj. There's Hudson in the corner. McTavish and Hudson. That battle continues. Played up top. Wrist shot Trouba missed. McTavish goes to work. McTavish now 10 points in his last 10 games overall, so he's been on a bit of a heater for Anaheim. Pass across, just out of reach of Pezzetta. He would have had a good, clean look at a shot in on Dostal. Held in, Gallagher, Pezzetta again in front, hit a leg and went wide. Killorn in his own zone. He'll play it for Zellweger. In comes Gallagher, and he lines him up. Dvorak's pleading his case. His stick was slashed right out of his hand at center ice, and no call is coming. Now he's got his stick, and Dvorak stays on the ice. Puck played to center. Dvorak got a touch. Dostal is going to cover. And frozen from center ice, so no change for the Ducks.
And look at how good Marty St. Louis is. You see who comes right over the boards. Suzuki, Caulfield. Yeah, we're going to try to take advantage of this offensive zone opportunity.
And a quick conversation. Marty St. Louis on 99 career wins behind the bench for Montreal. Suzuki wins the draw. Caulfield plays it back. Caulfield one-timer, and Dostal blockered it away. Matheson. Suzuki in the corner. He'll buy some time and shoot it in for Slafkovsky. Dumoulin. For Zegras, he'll free it up, and Helleson trying to skate away from Suzuki. Helleson off the glass and down the ice to center. Mike Matheson. Little chip to center, wanted Suzuki. Suzuki knocks it down. Slafkovsky got onside in the pass out of the reach of Caulfield. Caulfield taken out of the play by Gudas. Frank Vatrano, he'll lay it back. Ryan Strome over the blue line. Strome drops Zegras, and he fires out a wobbler high up the glass. Vatrano up for Gudas. Gudas lost it at the line, and the Ducks got to reload at center ice. Zegras at center. He'll pop it back. Lacombe. Played for the Chicago Steel in the USHL. Lacombe for a couple games. Former teammate of Owen Power as well as Josh Anderson trying to find some space. Lacombe got back. Anderson for Gallagher. Gallagher in the corner, hit by Leeson. And it bounced high, and no problem. Dostal saw it the whole way. His next win, by the way, Dostal, he's got 13 wins. His next one will tie a new career high for him. Sharing the load in net with John Gibson, as we mentioned. One shy of 500 for him as he's the backup. 21st in the NHL in goals against, Craig, and we talked about it. If Greg Cronin can just get some offense from his forwards up front and help out these goalies, they've done their part this year. Exactly 10 minutes left in regulation. Third period, Savard, one-timer just wide. Rebound off the backboards, loose in front. Armia chopped at it and couldn't find it. Puck at center, Leeson throws it to the left side. Zellweger couldn't get there in time as Struble took it away. Struble, new hook, little backhand feed, wanted Evans. Savard gets there for Armia. Armia's in, over the line, took a cross check from behind from Leeson. Strubal's got the puck. Jaden Strubal, wrister, hit a body, and goes into the corner. Again, picked up by Brett Leeson. And now it's Jacob Trouba as Montreal's getting a change in.
Jaden Strubal, who hasn't had a lot of ice time here, and Marty St. Louis was running a rotation of 5 defenders. Jaden Strubal's come here and had a couple of really good, strong shifts.
Long high drive from Hellison, and it buzzed the tower, deflects out of play. As it was let go by Drew Hellison, a Colorado second-round pick back in 2019. Beautiful day in Orange County.
Molson Canadiens Hockey on TSN is brought to you by Molson. Whether it's Canadian, Ultra, Export, or XL, there's a Molson with your name on it.
Welcome back to Anaheim. Montreal Canadiens, game 1 of their 3-game set. So we talked about this, Craig. It's funny expectations. Montreal raised them with their play, and they got within that playoff spot, that wild card, the second spot, and now it's about building before the Four Nations face-off break. They begin the afternoon 5 back of the second wild card spot, and the teams they're chasing and around them have been winning, so that's the situation right now. Here's Killorn. In, shooting, score! Killorn with a rocket, bar and in, and the Ducks lead it 3-2.
Alex Killorn was instrumental on the first goal of the game to put some air in the Ducks' balloon. And now again, you watch how Alex Killorn knows I can stay outside the dots or I can play inside hockey. And now he gets to the inside and he makes the move inside. He's not going to sit outside behind the dot, right inside there, boom, off the post and in, and that's the go-ahead goal. Not interested in playing outside those dots. You know if you want to score, you got to go inside. Alex Killorn has won Stanley Cups. He's paid the price to win, and that's what winning hockey is all about. Great play by Alex Killorn. 3
straight goals for the Ducks in this game. Look out, turnover in this shot. Fabry blew it by everything. I think he was surprised he got that. And he was wide open in front of Montembeault. You won't get a better look at the hockey game for Robbie Fabry.
Michael Matheson with an ill-advised play there. Robbie Fabry, I watched him play in the OHL Cup, which is the under-16 championship in Ontario. His Mississauga Rebels beat Connor McDavid's Toronto Marlies. We knew how outstanding McDavid was, but Robbie Fabry was a heck of a young prospect.
Slafkovsky all tangled up at the blue line with Gudas, and they still battle. Slovakia, Czechia, and Gudas finally gets his stick free. Suzuki's got to wait at the line for Copley to get back on side, and then Suzuki got clipped at the blue line. And there is Fabry. in the mix there. You talked about him. Stanley Cup in 2019, and he came on the scene big time. Got a Game 7 winner. Was huge and instrumental for the Blues in winning that cup.
There's another Stanley Cup champion. Wow, this play, I mean, Brett Leeson comes in and delivers a hit on Nick Suzuki. There's a goal again by Killorn right in off the post. There's the hit by Leeson, and then you gotta love Cole Caulfield coming in. Says, Brett Leeson, stay away from my center, my captain.
We showed the Ironman board earlier. Suzuki plays tough minutes. All situations for Montreal. They need one, at least one. Critical points up for grabs here at Honda Center. Off the draw, Armia. Back to Savard, he's gonna pound it in. Newhook for Struble. He'll play it across. Savard, wrist shot, and Goshdell got a piece of it and deflects it off the netting and out of play.
It's interesting, this game. You got Brian Dumoulin, an unrestricted free agent. You have to believe that he would be a very attractive player to a team trying to strengthen their blue line. We talked about Christian Dvorak. Uncertainty now with Jake Evans, Yoel Armia. These are all just players, pro scouts coming into the buildings, trying to figure out like where a player's game is at and how they can help their group. There's a few of them that will be getting followed in the days and weeks ahead.
David Savard, you could add to that list?
Oh, for sure, David Savard. Didn't want to forget about David.
Newhook behind the net. Battling for the puck. Newhook. He'll drop it off. Evans buying some time towards the net. It's loose. Newhook crashing in. Couldn't get the shot off as Goshdell played it well. Petrano couldn't handle that pass. Strome trying to take it away from Struble, who recovered in time. Evans chasing after it with Armia. Armia, Evans, it popped free, came right to Trouba. As Armia got dumped far wall. Trouba, he'll start the play. Zegras, he'll dish. Vetrano drops it off. Hellison in, wrister, hit a leg. Drew Hellison plays it behind the net. Puck at the line, and it trickled to center. Hellison tried to shoot it in deep. It hit Josh Anderson. He tries again, and this time he'll work it in. In comes McTavish. McTavish sidestepped the check of Carrier. Gallagher at center, leaves for Carrier. Carrier cuts in towards the net, driving. Dvorak followed up and just missed up top far side. Habs trying to make a statement here in this third period. 6 minutes to go, down by 1 as the Ducks have scored 3 straight in this game. Hellison and Dvorak battle for that puck. And it's picked clean by Leo Carlson with McTavish. Killorn, McTavish right in front, the tip just wide, and he's frustrated. Oh, Carlson knew he had a great chance to get a big-time insurance goal. Here comes Caulfield, couldn't get the shot away. Gudas was all over him. Slafkovsky digs it free. Suzuki jumped on the ice for Matheson. Suzuki in the corner. Carlson up for Killorn. A little bit of runway. Killorn bides his time, shoots, and it's kicked aside by Montembeault. Suzuki trying to wind it up that right side. Suzuki protects, and he's taken down, hauled down by Lundestrom. Lacombe for Gudas. Puck at center, goes by Struble, back towards Savard, and that's icing against the Ducks.
I got to believe that Nick Suzuki driving in and Lundestrom certainly looks like could have been a penalty. Marty St. Louis in his competitive, relaxed mode. So make no mistake about it, Marty St. Louis is wired to compete. He can look relaxed, but he's wired to compete.
Off the draw, Habs control. Jack-Eye, shot blocked. Good job by Fabry to get in the way. Newhook over the line. Alex Newhook lost the puck. And it comes to center for Carrier. Alexandre Carrier. He'll flip it in and chases after the puck. There's Trouba. Carrier. Back to work in the corner. When you talk about Trouba, remember longtime Duck Cam Fowler was sent to the Blues as well this season. Back goes Evans. Jake Evans in his own zone. He's going to skate up himself. Evans through center. Over the line. Evans waiting. Jack-Eye was streaking in. Couldn't get there in time. Armia follows up. Shot right on. And Bushdahl will squeeze. Arbor Jack-Eye in the crease looking for any opportunity. 3 straight goals for the Ducks as the Habs have to come back in this third period. 4:02 remaining in regulation. Time now for the Molson big moments of the game.
The Montreal native Alex Killorn is going to have the Molson big moment of the game, and just looks like a play that's not real dangerous, but Alex Killorn makes it dangerous by driving inside the dots, puts it in off the post, and that is your Molson big moment of the game, courtesy of the Montreal native Alex Killorn.
Strome Dvorak line up. They will reset and do that again as Mitch Hunt didn't like what he saw. One more time. Dvorak bouncing puck. It's back at the line. Hudson just keeps it alive. Matheson there, and it's poked to center. Vetrano works it in deep. There's Samuel Montembeault under 4 to go. Habs got to find another gear here. Hudson through center ice. Lane Hudson maneuvers in, and Zegras took it away. It's up to Ryan Strome. Strome thought about the one-timer. That was kind of vintage Jason Spezza there for a second. Fake the shot and then rip it.
Danny Heatley's been in the building. I was asking him about the reunion up in Ottawa with him, along with Daniel Alfredson, the pizza line. Just, I've known Danny for a long time, growing up in Calgary.
Played in the AJHL, Craig, Alberta Junior Hockey League.
Yeah. Oh, he could score goals, I'll tell you what. He could score goals. What a release he had.
Here's Struble. 3 minutes to go in the game. Up for Suzuki. We'll keep an eye on Montembeault. Gudas able to clear down the ice. Fabry gets there first. No icing, and Struble tried to line him up. Robbie Fabry as he falls far boards. Him and Struble are down. Looked like a bobsled team there for a moment. Wrist shot, and that was blocked. A good job as Montreal can't afford to give up another one.
A good block by David Savard on his former teammate in Tampa Bay, Alex Killorn.
Killorn's got the puck. Killorn at center. 2:20 to go. Arbor Jackeye back. Jackeye checked by McTavish. Jackeye for Newhook, and he'll throw it quickly. Suzuki through center. He'll flip to the right side. Carrier in, shoots. Doshtel the stop. Good chance off the rush for Montreal. And with 2:07 to go in a face-off in Ducks territory, we'll keep an eye on Montembeault.
Yeah, this is interesting times, but a real nice play. You see where Carrier's jumping up into the attack. Doshtel gets himself right out in really good position. Montreal's going to call a timeout. Marty St. Louis with the whiteboard. He's taking control right here. There's times, Brian, when as a head coach, you defer and your assistant coaches have certain responsibilities. But you talked about taking the game and stepping up and trying to show, here's what we got to do. There's times when a head coach has to do that. Marty St. Louis doing that exactly.
Patrick Laine, just one shift in the third period for Montreal. .207 to go, 3-2 game for the Ducks, as Montreal will be at San Jose Tuesday, and then the Kings in LA on Wednesday. And it's tight, Craig. My goodness, there is a lot of teams in it.
There is, but you know, there's 5 point separation now with Montreal and the last wild card, which is Tampa Bay 58, Boston 58. You don't want to get separation too much.
Montembeault is on the bench after the timeout, so it is 6-on-5. Montreal down by 1. Trying to find a way to leave Anaheim with some critical points or points. You just saw the standings. All these games critical right now. Hudson off the draw at the line. He'll pass it off. Caulfield in the vicinity. There's Radko Gudas in the corner. Armia checks him. Caulfield plays it for Matheson. To Suzuki. Nick Suzuki. Down low. Wrap job right in front and handled by Doshtel. The big man Slavkovsky with a good look. Armia waiting. Wanted Suzuki. Lundström's stick broke it up. Caulfield behind the net. Using the boards. Up top Hudson. Lane Hudson. He'll protect. Hands it off. Matheson. Armia. Backdoor. Suzuki. What a job as he let it go to Suzuki, and a great shot. And Doshtel the save. Alert play there by Montreal. Caulfield. Suzuki. Hudson. Back down for Caulfield. Full Caulfield. Hudson. Time winding down here. 1:09 to go. Hudson lays it back. Suzuki. Across. One-time drive. Doshtel with Dvorak wanting the tip on the Matheson shot. Matheson again. Final minute. Hudson. Puck on his stick. Caulfield at the goal line. Shoots, and that clipped a bit of the post and stayed out. Suzuki. Nick Suzuki. Dvorak. Suzuki. Armia's in front, as is Caulfield. Matheson. Lane Hudson. Hudson. Wrist shot up high and might have hit Dvorak and missed the mark, and that'll be iced by the Ducks. So another face-off in a tired Ducks group. 33 seconds to go.
Both groups are a little bit tired. If you're going to be tired on the offensive side. The defensive side now has to be a little bit more static and stationary. Fantastic awareness. Well, Marty St. Louis made a change here, so he's getting a fresh group out. What a play there. Puck comes right back to Suzuki, and he's got a great look and good goaltending. Marty St. Louis decides to go with a fresher group up front, leaves Hudson and Matheson out on the points.
Lundström, Evans. Lundström wins it into the corner. Gallagher's got the puck, though, off the back of the net. 25 seconds left in the game. Matheson. Puck battle, Lundström. Knocked off the puck. Gallagher at the goal line. Checked by Gudas. Matheson. Race shot through traffic. Gallagher in front. Leeson's got it. He'll poke it up the left side. Robbie Fabry. Foot race on. Empty net. And Hudson pushes him down. And it's a hook. And that'll do it with 3.9 to go.
Ryan Strome right away was saying empty net, he had a chance to score. I don't think he did. You know, you can award a goal if there's a penalty on that type of play. But I don't think Fabry had a clear look at the net there for the goal to be awarded. He was fighting for the puck, tying him up, and Fabry never really had the puck on his stick. But with 3.9 left in a defensive zone faceoff for the Montreal Canadiens.
The Ducks have owned Montreal in this building, Craig. As we talked about, 8-1-1 in the last 10 inside Honda Center.
They put 6 seconds on the board, but 6 seconds simply isn't going to be enough for the Montreal Canadiens to tie this game up.
Montembeault obviously back in his net. Face off to the wall, back up top. Vetrano, he'll just dump it in, and the Montreal Canadiens have now lost 5 straight as the wild card looks tougher and tougher. And full credit to the Ducks. Dochdel, he was solid in Anaheim. Remember, Montreal was up 2-0 in this game, and the Ducks scored 3 straight and win it 3-2.
Brian, at that point, it was 2-0. Montreal had a power play, and you said it's a real chance to give yourself some separation. Montreal wasn't able to get it. Dochdel was a big part of it for Anaheim to be able to keep the score at that, and then away they went.
So Dochdel gets the win. 14 now on the season and counting. He ties a career high. Brings us to the Molson 3 stars.
Yeah, Alex Killorn, he gets the winning goal, got them on the board with that great play on the first assist. Christian Dvorak, I thought, was outstanding. Marty St. Louis puts him out there in the last 2 minutes to try to get a goal. And Jackson Lacombe, you talk about controlling the game in all the areas of the game. Jackson Lacombe was simply outstanding for the Anaheim Ducks.
So a tough start to the California road trip for the Montreal Canadiens. Had a 2-0 lead, could not hold on against the Ducks. Up next, Macklin Celebrini and the San Jose Sharks, 10:30 Eastern Time, Tuesday. Hope you stay up late and join us in the Habs region. In the meantime, we thank you for watching our coverage wherever you are, and good night from Anaheim.